Well, here we are, trying something different, trying something new. I got 5 minutes because I made a decision that I'm going to try and do these quickie power shots on different topics. 5 minutes, that's it. A little intro from one of my favorite songs, One More Shot, because I'm a disco queen. I'm kind of stuck in the 80s, but I'm a disco queen who's stuck in the 80s. That might require more explanation later if you even give a shit. So, anyway, you probably don't. I'm 30 seconds in. So, today, what's on my mind is faith. And I think about faith a lot, specifically because I'm in that generation where my parents grew up very religious. And I and a lot of people my age started making decisions about whether or not we wanted to follow the path of religion or we were going to seek something else. In my case, I sought nothing. So I went on this wild ride of looking for fun, life, boys, stuff like that, things that I thought were going to make me happy. And I did not have any basis or foundation for what might actually really make me happy. So I ended up kind of wayward, kind of lost, drinking, smoking, doing a lot of crazy things. I had a lot of fun, I will say. But somewhere in my mid-20s, I came back to the idea of faith. And what is faith? And why do I need faith? And what does it matter? And who even cares? And there might be those of you sitting here saying like, oh, what do I need faith for? Is she going to talk about religion? No. Because I need to make it very clear that faith is a foundational word, which is also an action word, which if you are religious may have to do with religion. But if you're not, you can still have faith. And so I thought in the couple of minutes I have left, I'm going to talk about what is faith, why I think everybody needs some sort of faith, or at least to explore faith in some form or fashion and find out what it's all about, and how having faith can change your life. So let's see, what is faith? Faith is a belief in greater things. Is belief in something good, something benevolent, whether it's a force or something intangible or a feeling of love, but it can't be anything material that you pin your hat on that could disappoint you and take a coffee break. It has to be a constant and consistent thing that in fact is an energy that seems to be outside of you but actually comes from a practice that you have that creates a force from within you. So faith is for me a really powerful feeling that there is goodness in the universe and that there is some kind of force, conscious creation, even sometimes a being if I choose, and I can choose not, behind that force. And that because of that force, everything is working itself out for good. I don't need to worry, stress, be anxious despite worldly clamors. Okay, so that's faith. It's a basic foundational concept in my mind that good exists. It's bigger than me, it's out there, and I can rely on it. And this is a big topic because there's a lot of limiting beliefs behind why one won't have faith, including, some crimes of not per se religion, but religious people that they know. And religion in and of itself is not the problem, in my estimation. Okay, so we can go back to faith and revisit that either from a religious or non-religious perspective. Why do you need faith, or why should you explore faith? Because quite simply, it works. Quite simply, people who have faith have a kind of a basic foundation of what they think life is about. They have a general sense of beingness that can often make their life better. They have a practice that can keep them calm. They have a set of principles and a sense of goodness to them and to their lives that they practice. And so even if you claim to be atheist or agnostic, even just trying to do mantras or meditation or prayer are forms of faith or are exercises of faith that you could in fact do. Anybody can do them. And then the last thing is, how will faith change your life? Well, let me tell you something. Any personal or self-development expert will tell you that as soon as you develop a practice of principles and you start taking action towards that practice, it doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter if you believe anything, but the simple practice is a faithful exercise, and it will change both your mind, your thinking, your emotions, and your general constitution and conditioning. But it takes a lot of diligence, a lot of perseverance, and a lot of work. So that's what it's all about. Faith is actually something that gives you a foundation for hope, a foundation for love, and a foundation for being yourself and being okay, understanding that being yourself is the greatest thing you could ever be. So on that note, coming up on the 5 minutes, hope you enjoy, and we'll see you tomorrow. Actually, no, I take that back. We'll see you later.